Court is now in session.
Good evening. Welcome back again on BVI Channel 1, and we are still on the 2023 PEPT Judgment Day. We are very sorry about the break in transmission on this program that we've been having. And it's been a long day, judging from what we've been seeing so far, coming through the election petition tribunal judgment, which we've seen since morning, the outcome of the judgment, and a whole lot of things. People have started reacting to it, and it's really very, very, sad for so many people actually. But some people actually are also saying it reflected their own opinion. Whatsoever the case might be, we are going to take a look at what has transpired in court. And from our observation point, the whole judgment was read out. And just like we've expected from the beginning of this judgment, of this tribunal case, actually, they said no live transmission. Up until now that they want to do the judgment, they said, okay, they can do live transmission of the judgment, okay? And in the judgment proceeding, during the whole process, the person or the judge reading out the judgment was not seen. I think they were strongly mandated not to show the side of the judges. From what we saw so far, it was clear that the press, you can see from the screen, the press backed where the judges are and facing the court itself. All right, I think is what a very deliberate plot to make sure that they conceal the judges as they read out the whole judgment today. And from what was seen so far in the court, it was like very boring situation. Some people saw a whole lot of things, in kind of drama. All right. So the lawyers we are seeing in court sleeping. We saw lawyers who are sleeping in the court today because of the long Turenchi. We see even our well-known journalist that is supposed to bring us the report also sleeping. Seven of Channels Television was also well-circulated sleeping. Even the so-called Minister of Aviation, who was in court, was also caught sleeping. Kiyamo. So we see that there are a whole lot of time that was wasted today in reading out. Some people were saying, oh, they should have summarized it and the rest of them. The truth of the matter remains that it is the process that it takes. They have to read the whole judgment word by word, paragraph by paragraph. But the whole process is quite boring, and we don't blame anyone for taking a nap during that very process. Okay? So apart from these observations, we have already seen some of the judgment that have read out. People have already watched it, the striking out of the 25% and all of the things that was struck out and dismissed entirely. Okay, now their reaction, people on the street are not happy. They are crying and wailing of the people from the street. And we say, oh, let us get their voice as we proceed on this program tonight. And let's see their reaction towards what they saw or heard from the court today. So in a couple of minutes, let us quickly recap on the street voice, the voice on the street. I'll be back.
Hi guys, I'm Kashi from BVI Channel 1. We're on the street. We want to ask few Nigerians what they have to say concerning the judgment happening today in court. Okay, all right, madam. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, we are from BVI Channel 1. Okay, we want to ask you a few questions concerning the final judgment. What do you have to say concerning the judgment today, please?
Now me be Jenny Coco where they fry akara. Where they fry akara. I see akara behind me here. Now me they fry am. I they sell ofaku too. Nothing I they get am. I know they get anything. What I want talk be say this judgment for today. If they no declare Peter be winner, I go leave this country. Now wetin go happen be that, because this Nigeria I don't tire. Even though if I say I want hard for inside bush, now inside bush go they save. You know they save now. So make them declare P2B, because now him supposed to sit down for that place. We go enjoy, we go eat, and we go belly full. Now wetin I won't give be that.
I have a lot to say actually, but I'm going to summarize it. Because if I start saying it, I will say it till tomorrow. What I got to say about this judgment is that one, God's hand is in it. Because if you're checking what the government people are doing, they make things very difficult, and this very judgment to be very inconclusive or very hard for people to take. Everybody is seeing the hardship we are facing in this country today, but I have to just say it. I'm not going to hide anything, because if you didn't say anything, you keep suffering. What the people have done and had been given to the people, the mandate, they have been deprived of the people, and God is not happy with it. Even we, the traditional worshippers, or those who are doing traditional worship, know very well that the land we are standing upon is quite very angry, and the God is not happy, because they are trying everything possible to manipulate the entire process. The president himself has run away to India and left others to decide the matter in court. When they started this tribunal, they refused live transmission of the process. But after they have manipulated the whole thing, they've come to do it live on this judgment day. So we are still very much suspicious of them, because we know they have been so manipulative from the beginning and from the onset. What a recap! What a recap! The voice coming from the street. That woman's reaction actually blew my mind. She said she's going to run away from this country. Anyway, that is the sensation out there. She's not the first person, or would be last, to try to jackpot. Even a Kara woman, one jackpot. You can imagine that. That is how bad things have become in Nigeria. But let us quickly go to some of our discussants who are already seated that will be joining me virtually tonight to deliberate on this. And you can also join the conversation by calling this number right here on the screen, +234-810-4545-533. That's the number you can call to make your submission known. Keep it very brief and straight on point, because we have very limited time to address some of these things. We are looking at the P2B's petition that was dismissed today. What next for Nigerian people? We are going to also look at some of the very special areas that were dismissed generally today. The petition before the tribunal, talking about the 25% and 2/3 of State and Abuja. The issues of double nomination of Shetima was dismissed as well. And all manner of the presidential election malpractices. We've seen thousands of polling unit results that were blurred, and the rest of them, okay, which was all presented in court in the process, but all of that we are all dismissed. Then we also look at what will be the next, okay? What will be the next for this proceeding? Would the petitioners go for the higher court, or would they just accept the judgment and everybody go home and continue the way things had already become? All right, quickly, let me bring in our team of discussants. Good evening, gentlemen. I'm going to start with Spencer and Enwelo, who had always been a strong, staunch supporter of Tinubu, residing in the United Kingdom, perhaps not joining us in this suffering and crying in Nigeria as we have today. He's very happy about the outcome of the whole process, and he believes that he reflects his own opinion. Let us get his own reaction quickly on this whole thing. Then we have other people who are also there that wants to speak to us on this matter. Spencer Nenwalo, you're welcome back on the program.
Thank you.
I can see the smiling, I can see the smile and happiness radiating from your face. It's all right. Just give us your own submission with respect to everything that happened today, quickly.
Okay, what I want to say is, you said voice on the street. We the participants, we couldn't hear, but luckily I have an iPad here, and I could hear that. It seems that voice on the street was voice on Peter B. Street. That was a voice on Peter B. Street. It wasn't a voice of all the streets in Nigeria. So, of course, that voice will reflect what the people feel on Peter B's roads.
Tell us.
So, all I'm saying to you now is,
tell us what you tell us. Hang on. This is not time to throw jabs at anyone. I think you have the opportunity to say your own voice. Even if it is one voice, it is still voice on the street. So tell us your own voice. Your own voice should be heard. And other people as well who are watching, you have the opportunity to also say your mind and drop your own voice from wherever you are. Yes. Okay, so that people like Spencer and Nemwalo will not say it is only P2B's voice that we are selected. Now you are here and given the opportunity to speak as a batified fellow living all the way, far away, United Kingdom. Now tell us, what do you feel about the whole process? What is your submission? Very briefly, please.
All right. What I feel is, like I said before, right, that there was never any doubt that this was going to happen. I knew that it was impossible, practically impossible, for the LP and PDP, LPDP, to come up with the required evidence. That's how the courts all over the world works. Everywhere in the world, you need to prove beyond all reasonable doubt whatever case you have. It's not just about crying or lamenting or making noise. It doesn't work that way. You need to come up with your evidence. And you have to have strong evidence and be able to prove the jury, if there was a jury, or the judges, beyond all reasonable doubt. You have to present your case. Now, Peter B. and are you not ashamed even of what we saw today? That I could have done a better job than those lawyers who represented the LP and the PDP. I could have done a better job. I could have come up with better evidence. They came up with nothing. No, that's the point. And you have to start asking yourself, are you sure that these people didn't collect money from you? Nigeria is a corrupt country, Not even, you have to understand. Are you sure they didn't even collect money from collect money and just come up with nothing? And let people along? Because this is a shameful thing. Shambles is a shambles. Honestly, I'm disappointed. Up a better fight. And there's no fight. There was no fight at all. The evidence was not presented. There was nothing put up, right? And you're telling us that you're leading millions of people down the wrong path. So it's time to start into the truth. We don't have the evidence. There's no evidence to prove what you're saying. And if you don't have the evidence, go home and sit down. That's how it works. Anywhere in the world. Any court, anywhere in the world. Let's start educating our people. We need to enlighten our people and stop leading our ignorant ones down the wrong path. Without the evidence, you cannot prove any case. That's how courts work. Regardless, if I could be seen, even I could be the one that killed someone. But if you can't prove it in court, I'll go scot-free. So let's stop making noise. Let's stop telling ourselves the truth. There was no evidence presented. The judges were there. Let's stop dividing the courts. The judiciary did their job. They've been there present. They've been independent, and they have. Honestly, I'm proud of the Nigerian judiciary today because what they've done is they've presented it. And if you have any little intellect and you listen to what was read out, hours, and I must say that man, I give kudos to that judge. That judge read from 9 a.m. today, only 15 minutes break or so, till 4. He's still reading now. We must give kudos to the judiciary in Nigeria. And please, what we need to move forward and move Nigeria forward. Nigeria is a country. We have no other country. You might think I'm in the phone and all that. I'm in London, yes, but everything to do with Nigeria hurts me. I send money back to Nigeria every day. You think I don't know what's going on? Yes, I do. People call me. I have cousins. I have relatives back in Nigeria. I send money. I'm even going to be in Nigeria in a few more time. So I know what's going on. I'm not detached from Nigeria. All I'm saying is we need to start telling ourselves the truth. Start telling our people the truth. Sometimes things might not work out the way we think. We need to regroup, take it on our chin, go back, we strategize, and come back again. That's what needs to happen now. The LP and the PDP needs to go back, do some introspection, and find out how they failed the election, and regroup. Nigeria, it shouldn't be allowed to descend into a one-party state. This is something I don't want. Nigeria needs to still have an opposition. And the way I'm looking at things, as things are going at the moment, if LP cannot gather, pick up themselves, pull up their socks from this glaring loss, because this is a loss in the key for both parties, and decide to now regroup and come back together, we might descend into a one-party state, and this is something I don't want to see in Nigeria. Thank
All
you,
right.
Chinedu.
All right. Thank you very much, Spencer. Thank you for that, your very submission. We have some couple of questions to address some of the things you raised, which are quite important. We address them as we proceed on this process, on this live interactive section. Don't forget, you out there watching, you are free to call in to make your submission known by calling the numbers right there on the screen. The number is right here, +2348104545533. If you want to make your submission known to the world, please start dialing the numbers, and when you are calling, please be brief and straight on point with what you want to bring to the table. Let me quickly bring Ndubisi in to give us his own point of view regarding what transpired today in court. Ndubisi and Enugu, you have the floor. We can't see you properly.
Hello.
You can position yourself properly so that we can see and hear you well.
Hello, can you hear me?
All right, go ahead. We can hear you and very loud and clear.
All right, thank you, Chinedu, and thank you, our viewers all over the world. And my dear my dear people, comrades here, greetings to all of you. You know, the expectation of Nigerians were not met today, we are dashed. You know, I can understand when supporters of Tinubu said that LP or Labour Party did not come with evidence. You know, that court deals with evidence, not on sentiment or emotion. Nobody gives judgment by emotion. But again, public opinion matters, plays out, has a role. Public opinion, the way public feel and perception. Because the judges are part of the society, they are members of the society. You know, if a judgment is awarded to encourage impunity, to encourage criminals, of course, that is against public interest. It's against public interest, and that should not be seen as justice. In this instance, we're in Nigeria, and we saw everything that happened. Majority of Nigerians wanted change. They wanted a new order. They wanted new person. They wanted APC out of power, and they voted massively against APC. We saw what happened in Port Harcourt. We saw how Governor Wike used police to beat up coppers and beat up voters. And of course, from this judgment announced today, what is simply or has simply shown Nigerians that the judicial system rewards impunity. That judicial system doesn't encourage hard work, doesn't encourage good behavior, you know, all in the name of technicalities, all in the name of you don't have evidence, go and bring evidence. How can you prove to some of us, to some people listening to me, how can you prove, or how can you simply say that INEC, powered by the Constitution, INEC that has all the billions of naira to conduct the election, INEC that has gone to everywhere, including UK, to announce to the whole world that the result will be transmitted on real-time basis from the polling booth. And the court is coming to tell us that they are not under obligation. They are not under obligation to transmit results online. How can you say that? So what this judgment has shown, or perhaps this judgment will go a long way to discourage voting in Nigeria, people believing in the electoral system. And I know this is what the criminal politicians want. They want to be left alone. They want genuine people or real people to be out of political space so that they will hijack it. But one message I have for our people is that power is not given, power is taken. We should go back and plan and come back. I know that this case, the appeal court judgment is not the final, is not final. We still have Supreme Court, even though some people are of opinion that Supreme Court is still part of them. It's still part of Tinubu. It's Tinubu that appointed most of them through process. But however, we will continue. I don't have any other opinion, please.
All right, thank you very much, Indovisi. Thank you so much for that, your submission. We've been having some kind of glitches. Glitches came up from INEC. We heard about glitches in this election, but that's by the way anyway. To the other person that is there, please unmute yourself and give us your own submission regarding what that have transpired so far throughout today. Give us your own line of opinion regarding what we've witnessed today so far.
Yeah. Good evening, everybody.
Yeah, go on.
For my own opinion, I don't have much to say, but the few words in the matter, because I'm very shocked today. Not that I'm that much shocked, but I know that there is no transparency in Nigerian judiciary. But the way the petitions are being struck out today, but for me, I believe that. For me, I would suggest that the PEPT and article should approach the Supreme Court, because is not the final judgment. So, but for me, the PEPT lawyers need to be more tactical in their petitions. But for my brother that is talking about submitting evidences, we have how many thousands of polling units in Nigeria. So how do you expect to submit all the evidences? Because more than even the 18,000 plus polling units result sheet that blood the result sheet, how do you expect them to submit within the space of time given to them to submit the evidence? The accredited people, the registered voters in those polling units, the accredited people, the people that vote, and the people that was the franchise. So it's very difficult to gather all the evidence. But if they submitted even if later, maybe let's say quarter of it, it will be more better. But you cannot really blame the lawyers, because you can't expect them to submit all the evidences. Even what about the judges don't say what's critical concerning the 18,000 blood polling units result sheet. And I listened to all the proceedings today. I stayed more than 7 to 8 hours and the proceedings today live on Channel TV. Because the way the judgment went, even the judges said you couldn't even see their face. You can only hear the voice and see all those people that attend the courtroom that is inside the courtroom. You can't even see the judge that is speaking. You can only hear voice. So that is a clear thing for you to know that there is upon there is a live transmission, but still, we don't still have a transparent judgment. But I will be happy if they can approach the Supreme Court. That is what I have to say. Up till now, I don't even know. I am sort of worse, in fact. I am sort of worse. But
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. And I think before we get back to Spencer and Nwelo, we have people who are calling. Please, if you're calling, call us on the WhatsApp audio, okay, so that we can take your call. And also, you can call the numbers on the screen. The numbers are right there. We are ready to take your calls. The numbers are right here: +234 +234 8104545 to make your submission known. Now to Spencer and Nwelo, you made some points which are quite it's not surprising coming from an APC supporter that suggesting that or insinuating that Labour Party lawyers must have collected bribe to not present as much evidence as possible or make as much case as strong as possible. Invariably, whenever you say that somebody collected bribe, then somebody must be the giver. And this time, it must be your principal that had given the bribe so that the judgment will favor him. That is to that effect anyway. And now let's go to the main issue which you raised, the issue of not being able to present enough evidence. I wonder what evidence the court needed outside the 18,000 polling unit result that were presented, which were blurred. They were blurred, and you say it is not enough to prove the case that blurred result, that blurred 18,000 polling unit, not 18,000 votes, 18,000 polling unit result, which is quite very much significant to alter the result of an election, which was tabled before the court, and the court admitted it, and now say that the evidence that we have brought is not sufficient enough. Is not sufficient enough to alter the case. Okay. So, but before we continue on that, Spencer, let us quickly take this opinion from a caller on WhatsApp. Who please unmute yourselves. Those of you who are joining on the video, unmute yourself. Mute yourselves, please. Put yourselves on the mute. Thank you very much for complying. Then our brother who is calling in from the WhatsApp, please, can you put yourself on the mute? You are distracting what we are doing, please. Good, thank you very much. Now, to our brother who called in from WhatsApp, we're going to take your call, but let us quickly take this one. Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening to you. Your name and where you're calling us from?
I am calling from Ihiala.
All right.
My name is Sunday Onwebuze, calling from Ihiala.
Okay, go on with your submission. What's your take?
What we've seen today is a script that has been written down before now.
Okay.
Yes. Before now, we don't have hope on the judiciary. It was very obvious. We are not doubting ourselves. But we were so surprised that it was so open that the judges could not hide their feelings. They could not hide where they belong to. But on the whole, we wish Nigerians the best of luck. For me, I would advise the Labour Party they shouldn't go to Supreme Court because the judiciary is one. They should just let the case go that way. And whatever we see in Nigeria will take it that way. That is my humble submission.
Thank you very much for that, your submission. God bless you for joining. A brother that just called in from Ihiala, you can call and make your submission known. What is your take? What's your reaction on this? Let the voice on the streets continue to speak as we've had already. Okay, the numbers is right there on the screen. +2348104555533. Let us quickly take this caller. Hello, good evening, and you're welcome to the program.
Hello, BBS everyone.
Yeah,
How are
welcome,
you?
our big sister calling in from US.
How are you today?
Good. We are live on the program. What's your take on the judgment that have so far been heard?
My brother, oh my God, my heart is really broken. My heart is. I'm short of words. I'm short of words. I don't know what this means. I don't know. This has really affected me. It has really affected me so much. It has affected me beyond words. I don't know what to do. I am speechless beyond words. It's like they just took the Constitution of Nigeria and they didn't just throw it away, they shredded it. And tell Nigerians to go and F yourself if you don't like. I don't know. I don't know
You're short of words.
what to say.
It's understandable. It's understandable.
It's understatement.
All right. Okay.
So sad.
Oh, we understand how sad you are. Let us take other people's opinion as well. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for joining. Or if you have any other thing you want to say, you can say it quickly.
Hello.
I mean, all I can tell our people is just don't lose hope, because what they just did is stop our people from going to vote. They won't. After this, it would take a long time for our people to come out again. So because they have given INEC so much power, unnecessary power, then what happened with all the money that Nigeria spent to get the beavers so people can vote? What happened with the money? Nobody's talking about it.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
All right. That is
Please, I want to raise an urgent issue.
You can hold on. You can hold on until when you are brought in. We have a standard procedure in our program. Okay. Please be on the mute. We'll take your call. Okay. We'll take your submission. Be on the mute, please. Thank you. Hello? Hello? Yeah, speak. We can hear you. Go on. Hello?
Hello, can you hear me? I can hear you.
Yeah, go on. We can hear you now.
Okay, my name is Theophilus.
Calling us from where? Where is Theophilus calling us from? We're losing Theophilus, and he's been calling for quite a long time. We're going to give him some patience and some room to reconnect. We're trying to get him back on track. Okay, we are not getting Theophilus. We are not getting Theophilus. It's quite unfortunate that he couldn't connect. We hope that he gets connected back again. We are still live on the program where we are discussing the judgment at the tribunal. All right.
Good evening, my brother.
Good evening. Your name and where you're calling from?
My name is Mr. Sylvester. I'm calling from Niger State.
Okay, Mr. Sylvester, go on with your submission. Be very brief.
So, today. What happened for the judgment today is a criminal. What I'm saying, what happened today in the judgment today is a criminal. It's a sign that the APC have bribed judges. All the judges, every one of them have collected his own money, put in pocket. The only thing I will abide obedient and the labor is to start patient. In fact, Nigeria is really corrupt. The greatest mistake we made is to allow the Tinubu to take over the power.
Okay.
That is the only mistake we made. Apart from that, we must bribe. In fact, we pay for everybody to put their money in the pocket. That's what they are making. What kind of figure that they have no break from? They want to call the annex chairman before they know that they have break evidence. All those ones.
Sorry about that.
We are not happy. We are not happy.
I know that the feeling is quite down. I know the atmosphere is also in agreement with what you say. Thank you very much for calling.
Thank you.
All right, that is it. You can still be part of this program by calling the numbers +234 8104 545 Let us move back to some of the people who are there who have not actually spoken, but more calls are coming in. We're going to take just one more call, then we move into some of them who have not spoken before now. Okay, those joining me on the video, please hold on. Let's take this one more call. Hello?
Yeah, hello, good evening.
Good evening to you. Your name and where you're calling us from, please.
Yeah, my name is Mr. Theophilos. I'm calling from Russia.
Okay, Mr. Theophilos, go ahead with your submission very briefly.
Okay, actually, I'm watching everything that's happening live in the tribunal, but it is quite unfortunate that everything that is happening is a script that has been written down. It's a planned judgment. We already know the outcome before the judgment. If not, before the president and other people, prominent people, travel out of the country, then put security in place. They already know what is going to happen. They already know the judgment. So the thing is, what I would suggest is Nigerians should come out and take their place, because the judiciary has definitely failed. Judiciary is not the last hope of the common man. We, the Nigerians, have to come out and take our place. If not, we'll continue like this, because from all indication, it is obvious. Irrespective of the 25% in Abuja, they never even said anything about it. Abuja is just like a state like others, that they cannot give a preferential treatment. You didn't even quote constitution when it comes to that one. Other ones you have been quoting constitution, they just stroke. They have been stroking everything. This one stroke out, this one stroke out. It's just as if LP and the PDP doesn't have a case. I pity for Nigerians. My submission is Nigerians should not just sit back. We have to come out and fight for our rights.
All right.
Because if we try to sit back, these criminals will continue to invade Nigeria.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much for your submission. You've made a very valid point there. Thank you so much, my brother who called in from Russia. Thank you. Now I'm back to our discussant here on the studio. We have a couple of people here who are eager to speak. If I'm not mistaken, Chibo, give us your submission. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. This is Chibo calling from Port Harcourt.
Yeah, Chibo, you joined us from Port Harcourt. Give us your own submission very quickly.
Well, it is unbelievable. I think there is no hope for common man in this country called Nigeria. If I wonder a common man can actually run to, if the last hope of the common man can actually not defend the common man, I wonder where the common man can run to. What just happened today is just, telling us that even the judiciary itself is the most corrupt arm of government that we have in this country. as in the most corrupt arm. They are supposed to protect the law. They are supposed to make the law, to interpret the law. But the law they are supposed to interpret, they are not interpreting it the way they ought to interpret it. So I just see that there is no hope for the common man in this country. In fact, the judiciary arm of the government needs to be scrapped. It needs to be scrapped out because they are doing nothing. If they cannot uphold what is obtainable, they are doing nothing. It needs to be scrapped. If they can not to tell us the truth and abide by the truth they preach and what they are meant to do for them, and they're not doing it, then I wonder what they're doing there. If there been a state where there is no judiciary, there is no legislative arm of the government, judiciary arm of the government. So let's just know that we are just working with the executive and the legislatures. Because what they did today was just to kill the democracy in this country and then kill the judiciary arm of the government. I can't see any of them, or maybe if I have the opportunity to even talk to any of them, I will not be able to talk to them because I will see them like people who are, in fact, they are valueless to me. They don't believe or they don't say what they think they are preaching. Today turned out to be a very disappointing day, but we are very happy because we've made a great move in this country. Even if it was not obtained, we are not giving up until we get that right. We are not giving up.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much,
Thank
Hugo.
you.
Thank you very much. Let us quickly take this caller before I come back to you, Spencer. Hello. Good evening. You're welcome on the program. Your thoughts on what we're talking about tonight? The caller on the phone. Your name and where you calling from?
Yes. Good evening. My name is Don. I'm calling from Ogun State.
Okay, go ahead, Don. What's your opinion? What's your submission with respect to what we talked about today, or we are talking about today? The judgment so far. What's your perception?
I am totally disappointed in the judicial system of this country. It is total rubbish. I am very, very much disappointed and would not have anything to say other than the Almighty Father will judge those who have made it to be like this. They think that they are free. They think they can go scot-free, but there is no problem. Eventually, they will know what they will see. They will see the outcome of what they've done today. The judicial system in this country is total rubbish. They are. In fact, we don't have a judicial system in this country, as far as I'm concerned. It is total rubbish, and I don't know. It's disappointing.
It's quite disappointing. I understand you. A lot of people feel the same way.
Yeah, I'm totally disappointed.
It's all right. Thank you very much for your submission.
Thank you so much.
All right. Now we're moving back to our discussants who are right here with me. Spencer and Nwalo, we would like to come to you at this time. Let's get your opinion regarding some of the issues that is being tabled. Give us your own line of thought regarding the issues under discussion.
Chinedu, thank you very much for coming back to me again. I'd like to start with what you said. You try to, give me a rebuttal on what I said earlier about whoever is collecting bribe. When I made an insinuation about someone collecting money, I didn't really say it was the APC that gave them the money, because money could have come from anywhere, right? And it certainly wasn't coming from Tinubu himself. I know I could give bribe on your behalf. It doesn't mean you gave it, Chinedu, right? To get an aim achieved. It doesn't mean you were part of it. So let's put that to one side. Now, you were talking about the 18,000 polling units that you said that were presented. But Chinedu, you and I know that we have over 176,800 and something polling units in Nigeria. 18,000 is only about 9% of that, right? That's still not enough to make an election, to get an election annulled anywhere in the world, even in the UK.
Wait, you are not talking about. Excuse me, Spencer. Can you address the issue? Can you please?
I'm
please?
coming.
Don't deduce.
I'm not going to be too good.
Go on.
Focus on the issue.
I'm not going to be too long.
Come on,
patient,
come
yeah?
on, come on,
Now, all I'm saying
Spencer.
is,
You are
all I'm
discussing
saying
with
is, I'm
people.
coming.
You are discussing with people that have reasoning.
I'm coming.
So
I'm coming. I'm telling you.
when
You
anyway,
spoke about.
okay, conclude with what you're saying first.
Let me speak. Yes, yes. So that's just about 9% of the polling units, and in those 9%, it still needs to be challenged. And you might be surprised that when it is challenged, there might be maybe four, maybe half of that, and that's still not enough to annul any election anywhere in the world. You need at least 40% malpractices, right? There was nowhere near that in that election. Now, let me tell you another thing, right? You talked about Abuja. Abuja, it was clear. The guy in the yellow, my friend, I love you so much. I love your intelligence. You're a young man. I like the way you're speaking. I like the way you're gentle and the way you're disappointed. But this is politics, right? All politics is local. We have to understand this. We cannot take politics the way it's done in the US or the UK, and we're not saying it must be done the same way in Nigeria. No, in Nigeria is different. The politics in Nigeria is peculiar to us, right? I don't know how many of you have ever been to court. You, Nigeria, this is judiciary. How many have you ever been to court to know that it's about evidence? It's not about your feeling or emotion or how you think. No, it's about the evidence you have to present. I could kill someone now. If you don't have the evidence, even though you saw me kill someone, I will go scot free. That's how the courts work. So stop all this nonsense. You need to
Okay,
start telling the truth.
okay,
You're
Spencer.
saying that. I'm
Spencer, it seems that you're repeating yourself. We want you to.
do not cut me off, please.
You
Let
are
me
repeating
speak. So I need
yourself.
to speak. It's not fair. It's not fair. No, I haven't finished. Now, finally, what I want to say is there's the guy that came in
You are
now.
taking up
Say
our
something,
time.
right?
You are taking up our time.
I'm not talking. No. When you speaking, you are happy to
Hang
speak.
on.
I know what's interrupting you.
Hang
I
on.
will
Leave
respect
him.
you
Let him
certainly. So
exhaust the
please let me
time.
speak. It's my
Spencer, go
opinion. So let
on.
me speak. Stop
Spencer,
trying to
go
monologue.
on.
Do not do
Go
that.
on.
Right?
Go on.
All right. So yeah. So now my point is this. Yeah. Let's stop being disgruntled, disheartened. There's another opportunity to go for an election. There's still a Supreme Court. Is still there. The guy in yellow said he thinks they should go to the Supreme Court. Someone else said he doesn't think they should go. My opinion, from what I know, is there's no point wasting money. Put all that money together, use it to strengthen your political parties. Let Nigeria have a
Oh,
viable opposition,
all
right?
right.
That will
Okay.
challenge the APC.
All
I
right.
know the
Thank you very much,
when they send
Spencer. Thank you very much for your submission on
please,
that.
thank you very much.
But when we
Thank
ask
you
a
very much.
question, we will want you to just directly answer the question, and we hope you remain till the end of the program. I know that what is always obtainable is just to run away. I know that he wouldn't want to say anything. He had said something that he feel that he want to say, and he jetted out. That is how you know people who are not truthful to themselves. Okay, he's a staunch APC advocate. He always cry foul that he is not being allowed on the program because he is APC. But when you give them opportunity to speak, they spew out all manner of gibberish and wouldn't tolerate anyone to go into constructive discussion with him. Now he has booted out after he has dropped his gibberish. Well, he's talking to sensible Nigerians, millions of Nigerians across the world. And Nigerians are effectively watching and seeing the kind of mindset some people who claim to be supporters of APC or members of APC in this in this whole process, in this whole political process. Okay,
It's
let
not
me.
true. Chinedu, it's not true. Stop lying. It's not
Can
true.
you
I don't lie. I don't
unmute
run.
yourself? You are this. You
It's
are
not
this.
true. I do not run. I don't run. I'm
You
here. I'm still
you
here.
just left.
I'm
You
still
left
here,
and you came back.
Chinedu.
Please, can you stop
I'm
disrupting
here.
us?
Don't say that I
Except,
run. I'm not running.
can you mute yourself,
I'm watching
Spencer?
you too.
Behave
No,
yourself
it's
on
not
our
what I
platform,
said. You
please.
said that I run. You tried to accuse me of running away.
Spencer,
I do not run.
behave
I'm here.
yourself on our
I'm still
platform,
here.
or you will be forced out. Please, can you just behave yourself and you can mute yourself so you don't distract us, you don't cause nuisance here. You are living in the UK, and I think you should conduct yourself better. Okay, good. I will appreciate that. Let us quickly um, take another opinion from someone who just called in from the UK as well. Hello, the caller on the WhatsApp. You've been on the line. Hello. The caller on the WhatsApp.
Yes, hello.
Yeah, can you speak up, please?
Yes, hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you quite well. But you can speak up as well.
Right. Okay, I will. My name is Augustus, and I'm calling from the UK.
All right, Augustus, so
Now,
what's your opinion?
Right. My opinion on this is that our judiciary in Nigeria has been compromised. And what I would say to Mr. Spencer is that the 25% that is needed in the FSC territory, why is it in the Constitution if it does not matter? Why is it in the Constitution, Mr. Spencer? If that 25% does not matter, why do we have it in the Constitution? The Nigerian judiciary is compromised. Everybody can see that. And I'm glad that what happened today happened because it should have opened the eyes of all Nigerians as to the kind of judiciary that we have in that country. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much for that.
Can I respond, please? Please, quickly.
Hang on, Spencer. I'm going to bring you on. We have other people on the line as well. Thank you. You are going to respond to that, please.
Can I respond directly to him?
Wait, hang on. When you are brought in, you will respond to it. Thank you very much, Spencer.
When I forgot what I want to say or what? I need to respond.
You are going to have your time, please. You are distracting the program.
Not the only
please.
person on this platform, I beg.
Let's have.
We are not the only person, I beg.
Let's conduct ourselves properly. All right. We have thousands of people who are looking up to this platform and hundreds of people who are watching at this time. All right. Let us not waste their time. All right. Thank you very much. Now to other people, we have Chibo, with respect to the issue of evidence, we are going to speak on it very briefly, but let me take this call quickly. Hello? Hello, good evening. The caller on the WhatsApp, I think we lost that call. Now back to Chibo. Chibo, please give us your own opinion. We've seen a situation whereby the court dismissed the 25%, saying that it doesn't matter. And just like our brother here who had identified that when he was speaking, said that during the judgment, you will hear those reading it out, because we didn't even see if it is the judges that read it out or someone else actually did. Okay, so when I come back, I think the calls are coming in. Let me take the call because we're giving preference to callers. Then we'll come back to you. Hello.
Hello. Good evening. My name is Ogigo Joy. I'm calling from Germany.
All right, Joy. Go ahead. What's your submission with respect to the judgment you have today?
My response to this issue is very, very shockable. Because when you can see the judiciary today, they are they are bought them with money. So even they are reading, even their statement, they don't even know what they are saying. Even before this case have been started, you see the way the judiciary have been doing, even the INEC. So Nigeria is very, I don't know what to say. Look at this man that is talking. When they know the truth, they are beating around the truth. It's not like that. What I advise Obi to do, he should just leave the case alone, because when he go to the other courts, they are still going to do the same thing.
All right.
So that is my opinion.
Thank you, Joy. Thank you very much, Joy. Let's also take another caller calling in from UK. Your name and where you're calling in from the UK. The caller on WhatsApp, you have very limited time. Hello?
Yes, hello.
Yeah, the caller on the WhatsApp.
Yes, hello. Good evening.
Good evening to you. What's your submission? Your name and where you're calling from?
Well, my name is Mr. Rav Olele. I'm calling from the United Kingdom. I'm a bona fide Nigerian, and I'm somebody I love my country so much. I love the African continent, and I have been following up on this presidential election tribunal all this while. You know, though I've actually not really be able to view the judgment, but I can see that the judgment was not in the favor of the masses. You know, so Nigeria is in a state of disarray, and it's very unfortunate that we are like this. I remember from history that the United Arab Emirates came to Nigeria many years ago to meet President Obasanjo and ask for loan that they could convert the desert to a prosperous nation, but they were just they were pushed aside as if they are hungry people. And they went back, maybe they went to other countries and they got the loan they needed. And today Dubai is one of the most beautiful places and prosperous places in the world, you know. Well, for me, there's always a time for everything. I am not surprised about today's decision. And the only thing I want to say is that the people of Nigeria, I'm not calling myself youth because I'm above 40 years. I think Barack Obama was the president of America when he was in the mid-40s. You know, so I will not call myself youth. I'm a man. But we need to come together and see how we can redeem our country, how we can retake our country back. Doing it in the era of election politics, I don't know if that will work. But I think we as individual Nigerians, we have to form what is called entrepreneurship army. This will help us to be independent and also to be financially dependent, more financially dependent. And as such, we may be able to come together and create a platform that can help to unseat this current Babylon system, this current vampires who are sitting on the helms of affairs in Nigeria. I'm in the UK, and I will tell the truth. I'm not very pleased to be sitting down here, working here. I love my country because my country is very rich. We are rich with everything from crude oil to gold. Now we have gold in the north. We have diamonds somewhere in the east. So I think so. Our land is fertile. We have to see how we can go about this and redeem our country. Otherwise, these people, their children will come and rule, and it's a pitiable situation. The last time I visited Nigeria, I could not travel because the roads were very bad. There's insecurity everywhere. There's hiking price of food. In fact, Nigeria is I think is the worst country in the whole world. But even in all of this, I am still very confident that something can be done. What we need to do, my friend, I forgot your name. I think Peter is your name or something. I like what you are doing. I really appreciate what you are doing. And let's see how we can support you, how we can come together and make our voice heard. But our voice not be heard empty. We need to have what is called financial power to be able to push this door open. So I hope there will be a way out for us tomorrow, but I certainly don't expect any good thing out of this APC government. You know, so we have prayed, we have fasted. I think it's time to go to work. You know, we should go to work. Let's see how we can.
I really buy into that one. We need to go to work and not war. I think that is a
not
good
war.
thing. Exactly, because nobody prays for war. No, some people will be pushing, let us go to war. No, we need to do more work, and it's not a one sprint and a dash. It's not a one-off thing. It's something that is progressional, and thank God it has already started.
Yes, we need to go to war.
Thank you very much, my brother, for calling.
Yes.
Thank you. All right. For those of you who are watching, we are still live on the program, the 2023 Presidential Election Petition Tribunal Judgment Day. We are bringing about or discussing some of the vital issues and areas that we are struck out. In fact, all the petitions were dismissed. And the very glaring aspect of it, the 25% of Abuja, the malpractices that happened, which is not taken into account, and the court have been saying or said that it is not relevant. They have not been able to prove their case. Okay, now to Chibo, who is right here, before we bring on Spencer and the other young man that is joining us virtually on the video. We can take it from there. My brother, give me your own point of view regarding this issue of not being able to present their case well. Talking about the P2B's legal counsel. Did you see it in that light, or the court and the APC, INEC, the respondent actually frustrated the process? Do you see in that light? What's your opinion about it?
Okay. Yeah, I think it was a total frustration. The P2B council, the council team, they actually did a very marvelous work. Their presentation of their evidences and the way they presented their case were very, very interesting. But what just happened today, it just like reminded me of a song. I don't know if it was Shampoo who sang this song. He said even if you caught that the girlfriend even caught him red-handed, and he said it wasn't me. So he even put her hand on my shoulder, and I said it wasn't me. That is exactly how I can describe what just happened in judiciary. Even with the enormous evidences that were actually, given, presented, many evidences were presented. Even the pictures of those that was even stabbed, and pictures of those that even said, if you're not voting for APC, you are not voting in this place. If you're not for APC, you're not to vote in this place. All these things are evidences that actually showed that the election was not free and fair. Not only free and fair, but it also went, through the process of collection, and then was also hijacked. And then so many results were cancelled, so many mutilations. All these are evidences to show that if nothing was to be done in this judgment, at least there was supposed to be a nullification of this election for a rerun. If they are afraid of declaring somebody a winner, there was supposed to be a rerun election, nullifying the election for them to take up a rerun election. So the evidences were enormous. But as the case may be, they turned their deaf ears, they closed their eyes, and strike up all these evidences, and then just decided to take up their own decision, because money has actually exchanged hands, if you ask me.
Okay.
Money.
All right.
I'm not just talking about little money, as in huge money has actually exchanged hands.
All right. Thank you for that, your own opinion. We are going to move back to Spencer and Nwelu to react to some of the things that have been said so far. With respect to the 25% and not making reference to the Constitution in that regard. But before then, let us quickly take this call. Then we'll come to Spencer and Nwelu to give us his own perspective on that. Hello, the caller on the phone. Your name and where you're calling from, please. Can you put your stuff on the mute? Those who are joining visually, so that we can listen to our brother who is calling in from UK. Hello, our brother from the UK. Your name and where you're calling from, please.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, go on. We can hear you, please.
Okay. The issue is our nation has been corrupted so much that nothing is speaking better than money and bribery. People have sold their conscience. Under this kind of environment, truth can never work. The only thing that I'm suggesting is since we who are here outside the country have access to anything, we must work together to see that we push these people out. They will not want to go. They will not want to go. They will not. Because imagine the arrogance they show. They don't care whether people are hungry and dying. As we are talking, people are dying. Young people are going mental. A country that does not care for a man that sold drugs to destroy lives in America. Do you think that man has heart for anybody? Or is it the vice president that has been fingered to be a terrorist sympathizer? Is it the one that will have pity for the people?
But you know,
or is it this?
But you know, all of those are sentimental issues, and they are not actually not being able to. You don't have a receipt, but the court says he is qualified despite having that indictment of drug-related issue for Fisher and the rest of them, or Chetima talking about his being a terrorist sympathizer and the rest of them. The issue which are constitutional are what we are actually talking about. Talking about the double nomination. The double nomination, they said no one has the right to, if you're not a member of that party, you don't have the right to question the double nomination or the nomination of any other person's stuff from another party. That is what they say. But I don't know whether the judges or the court are now saying that some of the constitution are meant for only a particular section of people or political party. Now, when you talk about, as far as I'm concerned, when you talk about the constitution, is everybody's business. It is everybody's business. It's what brings Nigerian people together. It's everybody's document. So anything that flouts is, anyone can challenge it. That is my own position. But the court said otherwise today. What do you think? And the 25%?
I think it's just that the cost. I would like Peter B to continue this to the end, and let it be on record that this is the way a new constitution is being written, even though it's not the truth.
Okay, all right, okay, because whenever the judgment is passed, it becomes part of the law. Thank you very much for joining us, my brother.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, quickly, let us quickly take this caller, then we'll go to Spencer. Very quickly, your name and where you're calling from.
Hello.
Please be very brief.
Hello.
Good evening.
Hello. Can you hear me?
We can hear you. The world can hear you as well. Your name and where you're calling from.
This is Ebenezer. I'm calling from Nigeria.
All right, Ebenezer, go straight to the point. What are your thoughts with respect to today's judgment?
It's very painful. It's very painful. When I saw the vice president and the lady from the INEC, I knew something is wrong is going to happen.
Is it only the vice president you saw? We saw a lot of.
Yeah.
In fact, it was like today's is especially made for APC.
Even Keyamu, when I saw him, I knew that there is fire on the mountains. You know, when these people say go to court, they have something at hand.
I know.
It's a very big disgrace to Nigerian judicial system.
I can understand the emotion, but nothing could be done in court today.
A friend of mine called me. Yes, what I thought in court today is a disgrace to them. It's a disgrace to the judges. Can you imagine everything was disqualified? Can you imagine?
What particularly pained you? What particularly pained you think that it is not the way it's supposed to be from your own layman's perspective? Give us your point.
The 25%. the 25%, they have to twist it with a very long statement, out of control, just to deceive people to get to where they got to. This is a shame. It's a shame to our institution. Although for once I never believed in Nigerian legal system, I never believed in it. I know they are corrupt. They are corrupt. And there's nothing we can do. Even if it gets to the high court, there's nothing we can do. These people are evil. You can't even buy fuel. Nothing. Everything is expensive. I don't know what we can do.
All right. Thank you very much for your call and your
Yeah.
submission. Let's take other callers.
It's very painful. I'm heartbroken.
It's all right. Sorry about your situation. It is now universal. Everybody feels so bad. All right. Thank you for calling. Let us take this caller. Hello. I think that will be the last one before we get to Spencer. In fact, Spencer and Nyanwalu, sorry for keeping you that longer. Thank you for still being here, joining in this very conversation. For those who want to continue in this conversation and want to call, the numbers are there to call. And after Spencer has spoken, we'll open up the lines again for you to make your submission. Let me quickly bring Spencer on board. Spencer, how do you react to the issue of the 25%, the position of the court, not mentioning or making reference to the Constitution as provided? What's your reaction to that as a very big part of APC?
First of all, I think you need to apologize to me for what you tried to insinuate, that I was running away. I don't run from anything. I don't run. You know me. You know I don't run. And that was a very, very bad thing coming from you. That I'm running away. I don't run. That was wrong for you to say that.
You say, let me apologize to you.
I'll leave that to the side. No problem. You did it. You said what you said. No problem.
Let me give you the apology. You have said your mind. Let me give you the apology so that you can accept it.
Yes, please.
I apologize for saying that you ran away today, but you have been making this very issue. Anytime you are on here, after your speech, you disappear. Only for me to make this statement today and you ran back. But thank God you are back. And I want you to finish this discussion because it's not just about you. You are just like one voice that is speaking for all the APC, which have gone into kind of, will I say, muted mood. None of them is speaking up. I expect people who support APC to come forward and make their stance. But it seems that no one is coming forward for APC. People are watching across the world. Okay? And we hope that more people can come up to, say their mind. The APCs who claim that they won the election. All right, having said that, let us go down to the business of the day. The issue of the 25%. How do you react to the 25% which the court dismissed and said that Abuja is not special without making reference? I'm coming without making reference to the Constitution. How do you react to it?
Yes. All right. Before I say that, I need to still say something. The other days I come on the program, I probably weren't watching. I'm the only one probably watching what's going on because we can't see what's going on. But I could see. Luckily today, I could see because normally sometimes the internet cuts off, sometimes it disconnects, right? And I could see you speaking. But anyway, put that aside. This is what happened today. But I'm glad. I know that next time I'll have a visual evidence so I can see what's being said, right? Now, because I can see, I can watch you. Now, what I'm saying to you is the 25% argument that the guy that called in much earlier that I wanted to address to, right? He was talking about the 25%. But to many of us and many Nigerians who are sensible, it's common sense that what the Constitution envisaged was that for you to win in Nigeria, an election in Nigeria, you need to get 25% in at least 24 states, as well as the FCT. The FCT is not seen as a state. So it's what they say as, it doesn't mean it has a preferential, it hasn't got preferential treatment. It's just seen as somewhere else that you need to win. Just you know the reason why they did that was just in case we're neck and neck. We won the same amount of states, for instance, and it's just FCT is the only place left. They're saying in that kind of scenario, you now
Sir,
need to be
sorry,
the
what
one
do
that
you
will
mean
win
by,
the
what do you understand by and? What do you understand by and? Can you tell me what you understand by
Can you
and?
don't interject him for now? Let him finish. He has his own time. Thank you very much. Go
So
on, Spencer.
it's clear. It's clear, Chinedu, to me, to some of us, and it goes without saying that you need to win and the FCT, but you need to see as another state. The same way you have Anambra, Imo, or all the other states. You mustn't win Anambra. If you don't win Anambra, it doesn't mean you haven't won the election. That's how it is. It's common sense. Why are we being nonsense? Why can't we see this thing? This is what I'm saying to people since. That this is just common sense. Let's put that aside, Chinedu. That's how I'm addressing that. I hope that's addressed. Right? Forget whatever reporting you want to come with, no problem. Now let me not move on again.
Just
Let me
tell us
move
that you
forward.
are supporting Tinubu.
Let me move
Can you
forward.
don't
Just
Let me
tell us
move
interject?
forward.
you
Please
are
don't
saying you
Please,
are
I
interject.
siding
didn't
Don't
interject anybody.
interject.
It's not fair.
you are
Can
siding
you
this thing.
please
You are siding this thing. You are too
can
sentimental.
you please
Just
we
tell us that you are
understand,
supporting
excuse
Tinubu.
me, no point for argument. Don't interject or interrupt anyone. Let him speak. And he is already wrapping up his own time. All right. Spencer, quickly wrap up because there are further issues to be handled because we don't have all the time here.
Yes. Yes. And then like the thing about the next thing is about the notion of Nigeria not being a very good country. That's one of the callers. I'm not just one of the callers. He said Nigeria is from the UK. Nigeria is one of the worst countries in the world. That's very untrue. The judiciary in Nigeria has improved so much. And I challenge anybody, I keep on saying, the evidence, he who comes, you come with the evidence. In law, he who refutes will come with you come with the burden of proof is on you. You were saying that is not true, right? And let me tell you, Peter B and the LP and all of that, right? They equally had their own opportunity because don't forget that the APC were accusing Peter B of not being qualified to be a member of the LP. Because what happened was Peter B, while he was a member of PDP, he was also you understand when there were the list of the candidates were meant to be sent to INEC. Peter B was still a member of PDP. Now, when they gave that judgment against LP, that still affected APC too in their own prayers that Peter B was not qualified because he was a member of the PDP when the list was sent. But the judge stuck it out too. So let's be fair here. It was
I
fair.
don't think that
It
is
was
the
fair.
case. I don't
It
think
was
that is the
fair.
case.
It was fair.
I don't think that is the case, Spencer, because
So, so in
we are
closing,
all
in
here. But
closing, and
anyway,
I'm
your
not
time
running away now. In closing,
anyway,
let me tell you
your
now.
time,
I need to go. I need to
hang
go
on.
somewhere.
Hang
No.
on.
In closing,
There are
I need
other
to go
issues. I
somewhere.
think you've answered the
In
question.
closing, can I
Hang
say
on. I
something
think
finally?
Spencer, you've
In closing,
answered the
like I keep
question
saying,
quite
I do
well.
not think it's fair. I do not think it's
Excuse
fair
me. Let us not
for Peter B to drag Nigerians down to court.
calm down,
Let them.
Spencer, please. Let us I think you've answered the question that was asked concerning the 25%. Let us but don't be in a hurry. You will not need to say everything all at the same time. We are not dying today or tomorrow. We have
But
all the time to
I have
deliberate.
things to do. I have other things to do. I've been there for
That's what
almost
I'm
an hour.
saying.
I
So
have an engagement too.
I don't know
So
if
please
this
let me go.
I don't know
calm
if this
down. Let's get the other young man to
some
speak his own
specific people.
opinion. Let's have the other young man to speak his own opinion. And I believe, just like he had always done, he has gone out again. Let me take this call and perhaps give the person the opportunity to speak. Hello, the caller on the phone calling from India. Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, good evening. You're calling us from India.
Good evening.
What's your
Are you
name?
hearing me? I'm calling from Mandela Daniel.
Mandana Daniel calling
I'm
from
calling from
India.
Mumbai, India. Yeah.
Go on.
How are you, sir?
Good. What's your
Okay.
submission?
I
What is your
would love
submission regarding today's judgment?
the thing is very, the whole scenario was like Petition. I would say I would just take it that they have just mortgaged Nigeria's future. I don't understand what is wrong with our judiciary. And everything was like, you can imagine, it was a joke. Like every they struck out everything, even when the handwriting was on the wall. So Nigeria, and no judicial is fit to judge any case in Nigeria. Even like people like Nnamdi Kanu, and they are not really supposed to see them. They are that's behind bars because Nigeria is rich and it's not. I don't know how to put it. Everybody we are just like, and these people have like sold our mandate and everything. Well, thank God now, everybody will just do here and there because this one like that. It's alarming. Thank you very much, my brother.
Thank you for your submission there. Thank you very much. Those who are still calling, you are free to call, but this program will be coming up to an end any moment from now, and we'll continue the discussion sometime later. But still within the time we have, the young man there, give us your own perspective moving forward as a young man. I can see you're a very young person, a young Nigerian, the youngest so far that had come on our program. Now tell us, what is your hope for Nigeria? As a young, what do you look up to?
For me, so far. Yes, I don't have any hope in this country because even including me and even my children are yet unborn, my unborn children, I'm not even no secured future for them in this as long as this country is concerned, unless we change the narrative. So to be honest with you, concerning this my brother from UK. So I want to correct him for the 18,000 plus polling units broad results for the statement he made. So I wish to inform him or enlighten him or remind him that 18,000 plus polling units broad results it's not the 9% of the 176. It's about 11 to 12% of the polling units result sheet. And apart from that, if you check, most especially those 18,000 plus polling units are mostly from the places, locations where P2B have strong support and stronghold. So, and another thing I want to let my brother know that 2.something million votes is not something anyone can sweep under the carpet. That is a huge number of votes. So I know why should they allow the franchise people and still count the votes in favor of someone? And according to the 25% in FCT, that is another factor. That is another obstacle. Because for me, the way the case was judged today, I was very shocked and tired. I am sort of waste. So for this Nigeria, we don't have future in Nigeria. As I speak, I am honestly speaking, we don't have future in Nigeria. As a young youth, I no hope. I give myself work. Nigeria, and I am working hard to create a good future for my children because I don't depend on government because Nigeria, even right from history. So I have learned a lot about the Nigerian leaders. So for me, my suggestion is that the best thing is let's say try the Supreme Court. That is the best option. Let's say try the Supreme Court.
Okay, thank you very much. Let me bring in our brother who is still here with us, Chibo, to make his own remark. And we are coming close to the end of the program. Just consider your submission as a kind of closing remark, so that maybe we can continue on this very deliberation tomorrow. Okay.
All right.
My brother Chibo, your submission very quickly.
Please. My submission actually goes to Mr. Spencer. I really want to believe that such person like he is will still do the same thing that the judiciary has actually done today. Because from all of his speeches, from all that he has said, I can see that he is, I don't know how it is actually benefiting from the government or what the government have actually done for him directly, but I feel and I think he is actually not saying the truth. Even he himself knows that he is not saying the truth. So I will advise him, and I believe the country, if I have to be in a place, people like you, I will never give an opportunity to work in anywhere because you will be there to sabotage everything and no truth to come out of you. So please, let's take note of this guy in case of in the future. He will never, I don't think if he can actually come out for anything, because he will never get the support.
That was quite direct. Spencer, I know. So I have been reading through the commentaries.
He said the truth. He said the truth.
How he's happy and laughing at the whole thing, about the whole thing.
Yes, these are the people. These are the people that don't want Nigeria to work.
The young man is saying that these are the people that doesn't want Nigeria to work. But the truth of the matter is that I have not seen what. I've not even seen
you are one the problem of this country.
I have not even seen what.
For making such statements, you are one the pillar, the primary source of our problem in this country.
Can I speak? Let me tell you.
I don't think that you can speak anything more than what I'm speaking before. So it's better you move.
Anyway, gentlemen, you can mute yourself. There is we have a caller that has been calling from New York. You have been trying to call several times, but you couldn't get through. You can try and call. We're giving the last shot for callers. We just take a few calls from here, then we summarize. All right. Let me let Spencer react quickly to the issue of double standard or not telling himself the truth. Just like our young man here has. No, tell us so that we don't ask that focal forces here, so that it wouldn't be fair after they have said that they can't trust. Yes. And I believe, trust me, if you go to the comment section, Spencer, if you go down to the comment section, honestly speaking, you will know that these young men are not speaking their mind alone. They are speaking the mind of millions of Nigerian people who are watching and following this whole process, and they believe, that you are specially assigned. You know, as you are doing this, APC is watching you to rate your performance and how you are defending the impunity. Okay.
For appointment, he's expecting appointment. Minister of Youth.
Okay,
or any contract. They have finished sharing appointment. Have appointment finished. So Spencer, tell us.
You was in court today.
I like it that way.
Yes,
I like it that way. In a good note.
Okay.
We're all Nigerians. Let me tell you.
All right. Let's allow Spencer to react very quickly. Then the young man, you just make your submission and close off. Yes. Spencer, you have 1 minute to react to this. Okay, 1 minute. To this and conclude.
All I want to say, young men, right? Young men on the panel, my fellow panelists, please don't take it to heart. Yeah, this was always going to happen. It was always going to go one way or the other. It could have been you now smiling and saying, "Hey, that." The whole idea is when it comes to an election, if you take sides, we join political parties because we believe in certain things. Our people will have alliances and all that. Yeah, we all want Nigeria to be well, whether we like it or not. I don't want Nigeria not to work. I want Nigeria to function. So now, whether you like it or not, right? I believe in one way. I see different ways. I got East. No matter Nigeria. When I come into the East, Nigeria and Lagos, I could choose to go to different ways to left to East. As long as I know, I'm even have a certain Niger bridge now. So there are two different ways. It doesn't mean that anywhere is wrong. We all want the same thing, please. So I'm not going to take it personally with any of you. You can have your opinion, but you're entitled to it. And I'm entitled to my own opinion, please. Yeah? All I'm saying is let's pray for Nigeria to be well. Let's not take it to heart. Please, it's a politics. All those politicians, they are not they all shake hands. We will shake our people tomorrow. We will shake Tinubu. Please don't take it to heart. You'll be making a big mistake if you do that. Know that it's politics. We want Nigeria to be well. And that's all I'm going to say.
Okay. Why are you so serious supporting Tinubu? If you don't, we should not focus and kill ourselves for those points. But you are struggling and squeezing yourself for Tinubu, for APC and Tinubu, the corrupt party. So I think for my own suggestion, I suggest that I don't even know where Chinedu brought you from because I'm even suspecting that Chinedu. I'm even suspecting that Chinedu is one of your members because I don't know where he brought our enemy to discuss to have a conversation with us.
Nobody is an enemy on this platform. This
No,
platform is for the
anybody,
voice of the people.
no,
We
anybody
want
that
to
is
squeeze,
supporting.
just like we brought him here and put the truth straight to him, and he himself knows the truth, but he believed that the truth will not set him
He's
free.
running from the truth. He's just beating around the bush.
We brought him here so that the truth he knows the truth, but he strongly believes that the truth will not set him free. Free from the money.
The truth is you need to have the evidence to back up whatever you're saying. If you don't have the evidence, don't go to court.
These are the men that are feeding from lies.
I really appreciate every one of you for joining in this conversation. It's been a wonderful time with you guys. I must say thank you very much, and we hope to have you guys back again. Probably tomorrow. We will continue on this because Nigerians are still reacting. A whole lot of people are still reacting. Okay, thank you very much.
Tomorrow?
I really appreciate every one of you. Whoever that will be able to join us tomorrow, we are going to continue until we'll be able to have more Nigerians to pour their heart.
I'll be here tomorrow. You said I run away. I don't run. I'll be here tomorrow.
By what time? By what time tomorrow?
We will be still back again by 6-7 p.m. in the evening, so that we'll continue on this deliberation. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining on the program. God bless you, and have a wonderful night. You panelists that joined for today's program, I really appreciate you. Now back to the studios. Thank you for those of you who have been watching. You have been dropping a whole lot of comments. I will not be able to go through all the comment sections, but I'm just going to point out a few. I have Chinwendu Agbaji, who said if FCT is another state, then it therefore means that Nigeria had been imposing FCT minister who act as their governor. It becomes pertinent for them to request for election to get a governor. Simple. Of course, when they make this analysis, and when Spencer came up with his own APC, they all speak, they handed over to them one script. All right, so they are speaking from one script that APC, that FCT is a state, is considered a state, and the "and" there doesn't matter. But I want to inform everyone that is watching, which we already published previously and also published yesterday. It is still trending. The position of a former Attorney General of the Federation is not just a lawyer or son, a former Attorney General of the Federation who spoke on the 25% of APC, and also the Supreme Court who made their own ruling on the 25%, pointing the position of the Constitution that it is a must. But now we have seen that the crop of judiciary or judges we have at the tribunal are completely compromised. They have now told us that black is now white and white is now black. They are now turning a male to be female in a bloody light. And that is why they were so in a haste to say, go to court. Nigerians are watching. The world are watching. Is this the kind of democracy we are talking about in Africa? We'll be back again as the rage for the liberation of African people to be free from corruption and impunity of bad governance. I still remain an advocate for good governance and strong believer that people getting involved in the process will ultimately get them the freedom they desire. It's not just about talking. It's not just about sensitization, which is very important, and we're doing it to the best of our ability. But outside raising the consciousness of the people, it is about time the people know that they are the government. It's about the people. I know nobody wants to die, and nobody is actually promoting any kind of breakdown of law or order. But ultimately, the ruling class, as they call themselves, who have held grip to power, we've seen so much that there is nothing like constitution with respect to this government in place. They have no regard for constitution. When they were reading out the judgment, citing constitution this, citing constitution that, paragraph this, section that, and on the 25%, they didn't quote the constitution. They just threw it out and say it is not relevant. That means if a section of the Nigerian constitution is not relevant, the entire constitution should actually be thrown out because they are not relevant. So, Nigerians, it's up to you to take a decision. It is not a one dash of a stress sprint. It is not just a one-off, one-stance thing. It is something that must continue. They must have damped the morale of Nigerians. They must have actually thought that they are beating Nigerians to submission. But I can tell you, don't give up on this fight. It doesn't end here and now. It doesn't even end tomorrow. It doesn't even end on this very government. But if you give up, this impunity can only get worse. And you will continue being the victim. I will also encourage every one of you who have their election coming up. There are a couple of states that are warming up for election. You have Edo State, you have Kogi State, you have Imo State. They are all warming up for elections. Do not give up. Do not say because of what you are seeing that there is no need for you to go out there. They will grab and consolidate more, and you continue living in perpetual hardship and misery. That is where I'm wrapping it up, and I believe this message is enough for every one of you who have been watching. Thank you very much. For those of you who have shared the video, keep subscribing, keep liking, keep dropping the comments. Let the discussion continue. We'll be back again as we continue on the message to free not just Nigerian people from bad governance, but the entire African and black race across the world. And on this note, I'm saying, may God bless you. Stay safe. Stay connected. And by the time we come back on the subsequent program, GGM Africa, we'll bring our resource persons that will talk to us and also deliberate on this matter. I'm Asuchiro Peters. Stay safe, stay connected, and all time, stay safe. Bye-bye for now.
Court is now in session.